Okay, so let's take a look at all the parts of Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video, because at the end of the video I'm going to be playing through the whole song alongside a homemade backing track, and you'll see tab scroll across the screen. Okay, so this song's in the key of G Mixolydian, which sounds fancy, but the parent key, if you're not familiar with modes, is C major. And in the choruses it transposes to G major. Okay, let's take a look at the chords first. So the first thing to remember before we start anything is the whole guitar is tuned down a whole step. So that basically means E down to D, A down to G, D down to C, G down to F, B down to A, and then E down to G. Okay, so what I'm going to do chord wise is tell you the actual kind of chord shapes, which I'll also put on the song structure, which I'll pop on the screen now. So we're going to refer to this as an A, even though what's coming out because of the tuning is a G, just to keep it simple. So this is an A chord, a Bruce style A. So 0, 2, 2, 2. So use your first finger to bar. And then you're going to play the bottom half of it for an A5 chord, which is actually a G5 because of the tuning. Okay, so 0, 2, 2. And then you've got a G over D chord. If you're not comfortable with this one, play a normal G chord, so just sounds a bit, you can get a bit more control in it. So third finger 5th fret A, pinky 5th fret D, middle finger 4th fret G, and then bar the 3rd fret B and E strings. The G over D chord, which is actually an F over C because of the tuning, and then a D chord. It's quite bassy sounding. I think John Fogerty, he's playing a Les Paul, probably thicker strings, which helps. These are probably slightly not suitable as much as a Les Paul for this kind of song. So, but yeah, make the best of it. So D major chord, first finger 2nd fret G, third finger 3rd fret B, middle finger 2nd fret high E, standard D chord, which is actually a C because of the tuning, and then a E chord. Again, very bassy because of that tuning. So middle finger 2nd fret A, third finger 2nd fret D, first finger 1st fret G. All 6 strings, that's actually a D chord. In the backing track that I've made for this, I've also, it's quite hard to tell, there's probably 2 or 3 guitars on the record. In the backing track that I've made for this, I put in a standard tuning, kind of equivalent, those equivalent chords without the tuning. So G, G5, F, O, C, C and D. I've done that on the backing track, so you can hear the kind of combination, which is probably happening on the record. So, okay, cool. So we're going to do the main rhythm parts. There's a few kind of lead bits, which I have, if you do get the tab, either with your subscribe star codes or direct download from the JS Music School website, you will get both parts of rhythm and all some of the fiddly bits of the lead guitar, which you can hear in that walkthrough. Okay, cool. So basically we're going to do the intro first. So you start off 2 bars, bass and drums only, and you come in with that awesome iconic riff. So 3rd finger 4th fret G, and then you're sliding, so you're going 1 E and then and. So on the and, you hit your middle finger 5th fret E string. So 1, maybe a bit of reverb as well. So 1 E and 2, 3, 4, and 2, 4 on the G to the 3rd fret high E. 1 E and 2, 3, 4. Now I'm doing 3rd and little finger here. I'm going 0, 2, hammer on the G, and then 2nd fret high E string, and then doing the hammer on again, and then open E string, and then 3, 0. Maybe a little bit of a blues curl. If you hit the power chord, that's fine. And then you just do that awesome riff twice. So 1 E and 2, 3, 4, 1 E and 2, 3, 4, 1 E and 2, 3, 4, 1 E and, oops, 1 E and 2, and then 3 and 4. Brilliant riff, and you've just got the bass just doing a drone note behind. Really simple, but just phenomenal. So let's take a look at the first verse. So here, what we've got your A chord, but what we've got is a kind of pattern that will work really well throughout, sort of accents on the 1st note, the 4th note, and the 7th note. So these are 8th notes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just sound much better. And then slightly dampening, palm muting with the fleshy part of your hand in between those accents. So if you just did it normally, it would be, still sounds good, but if you get these accents in there, it sounds so much better. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So practice that. It's a really useful sort of rhythm dynamic pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the G over D, and then the D chord, and then you've got this awesome riff which is A5. You do this downstrokes, 1 and then middle fingers kind of hanging there. That's why you use that bar. 3rd fret A, then A5, then 3rd fret low E. This is brilliant. 1 and 2 and 3, it's a tie, and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, and then the second part of the first verse. So the tab you saw in the walkthrough, it's got the actual the numbers for the actual shapes, but what's actually coming out. So you've got a bit of both in the walkthrough. So yeah, it's good to practice anyway with this kind of detuning kind of stuff as well. So you've got A, again, this is the second part of the first verse, the G over D. Okay, and then the C again. And then a different riff, which if you see that, I think it's Royal Albert Hall, unbelievable version. You can see him play these voicings and also some of these riffs, which sound awesome. So this is the kind of second riff, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and. So on the and, you've got 5th fret D string with your pinky, and then A5, and then 3rd fret on the A. So 2 strikes of the A5, 3rd fret A, and then kind of 2 strikes on the A5, and then 5th fret D, and then A5, 3rd fret. It's supposed to be quite aggressive as well. You can see he's going nuts in the video, live performance. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and let's be. Sounds great. Okay, so then we've got the first chorus. Okay, so here we've got the A chord, then E chord, D chord, and you do that again. E, D, A. Cool, so now we're in the second verse, okay? So second verse is basically 2 rounds of this 4-bar phrase. A, G over D, D, and that second variation that we had before. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you do all that again. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and cool. Okay, so now into the second chorus, and you basically just do that again with the riff at the end, but with the chorus chord. So A, E, D, and that riff. But this time it's slightly different, the riff. You're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 A5s, 3rd fret A, and 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and the 5th fret D, and then the A5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so you do those 4 bars twice for the second chorus. So just basically the same kind of thing, with slight variations on the riffs. B flat. Once you've done that twice, you're in that awesome kind of middle 8 bridge section. Just sounds brilliant. So chord wise here, you're basically putting your 3rd finger 9th fret G, middle finger 8th fret B. I like to play the A string as well. You have to be careful to block the D string out, otherwise it sounds a bit naff. So that's the chord, the whole bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go. You can shift into it as well. Go down a semitone or 1 fret, and then on beat 4 of this bar 2, hit it again, then slide down to your 3rd finger's on the 4th fret G, middle finger 3rd fret B, the whole bar, and then this 1. So you basically hit it, slide up 2 frets. You do that 4-bar section twice. So 9 and 8, 8 and 7, 1, 2, 3, another hit of that, and then 4 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Again, simple, but it sounds awesome with that kind of droning bass and guitar in the background. So then third verse, you've got your A, G over D, D, and then that kind of first variation riff, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and A5 twice, third fret, 2 hits with the A5, 5th fret D with your pinky, A5, 3rd fret A. Okay, and then does the next bit, A chord, G over D, D, and the first kind of riff we had, which was 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yep, okay, and now we're into the third chorus. So the third chorus is kind of double the length, and it's that kind of second variation. You're going to be doing all 4 rounds pretty much. Again, feel free to play around with it. You've got some other lead parts going on as well. So you've got A, E, D, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that riff. 2 A5, 3rd fret A, and then 3 hits of the A5, then pinky 5th fret D. Doesn't matter if you hit the A string or whatever when you hit that 5th fret. It's supposed to be a little bit not messy, but really aggressive. So you do that 4 times in total. So just do that section again, the 4 bars. A, B, P, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and once you've done that 4 times, you just finish on an A5. It does fade out on record, so I wanted to make it kind of stop at an appropriate point in the backing track. So that's all the parts. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or suggestions, let me know down below. Please subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications if you haven't already. Any questions about Subscribestar or JS Music School, getting the files in PDF, Guitar Pro format, the backing tracks, head over to the jsmusicschool.co.uk store or Subscribestar to see what both options offer. So thanks again for all your support. See you next time. Cheers. Bye. If you'd like to get guitar profiles, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribe Star page or my website, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much, see you on the next one.